Okay. That should be working now. How about chat goes over here. Right here. Goes onto youtube.com. Goes to my channel. Goes to copy link address. Goes to streams. Click, click, click. Here we go. Nonary game. Let's hope that this works. So, you are live. So everything is out of green at the moment. Okay. Let me open this pop thing here. There we go. Aha! Woo! Okay. Taking a bite out of this chicken nuggets fills me with determination. Welcome, Ed! It is your game. The Nonary game. Alright, let me get comfortable in my seating here. Okay. To be completely honest, I totally forgot where we left off, so... Akihiko. Akihiko? Akihiko? Hold on. Akihiko. Persona 3. I have to look up a picture for that. Ah! Akihiko! Okay, I know who Akihiko is. For those who do not know who Akihiko is, who he is, allow me to give you an image. A visual image for you to look off of, which I got off of YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, off of, Google. There you go. There's Akihiko from Persona 3. Okay. Anyways, back to the game. Ooh. He slumped down next to...
Ace!
Oh, okay. He slumped down next to the bed when June grabbed his arm and pulled. Ace, says June.
Come on, Ace. Please stand up. You can't give up yet. We just have to sit down together and think about this. We'll figure out a way that we can all get out of here.
And then it happened. You okay? Ace fell forward. He slumped over onto the wooden floor, his body folded in half like a boxer out cold.
Ace!
June cried out and dropped to her knees beside him. She put her arm around his neck and did her best to lift him up.
What happened? Ace, say something!
She shook him frantically. His eyes fluttered open.
I'm all right.
His voice was weak and slightly slurred.
How are you all right?
This.
He held out his left arm and slowly opened his hand.
A syringe?
It was a syringe and a small vial. The vial was empty. It had only recently been empty. A few drops clung to the sides. There was a label taped to the side of the container. It read Soporil Beta? Soporil Beta.
Soporil Beta.
Soporil!
What does this do? Did you use this?
Yes. It's just anesthetic. I'll be fine.
Anesthetic?
I found it earlier while we were searching the hospital rooms. I thought it might be useful later. I didn't think I'd be using it on myself.
Why did you do this?
Didn't I tell you? I'd like to take a nap. I really am. Very tired.
What? Junpei knew that wasn't why he'd done it. Ace has injected himself with an anesthetic to forestall Junpei in June's attempts to bring him along. If he couldn't move, there was nothing they could do. He ejected himself so that they would be forced to leave him behind. What is wrong with this man? The heck?
Ace,
Is there something you want to say? I just like to sleep a little. Could you keep it down?
no, don't, Ace, don't fall asleep.
You feel warm.
His voice is really deep. Ah!
So comfortable. I think I'll have a nice dream.
Ace's eyelids drooped further and further, almost as though he were dying.
Ace! Ace!
She shook his shoulders again and again, but this time he didn't respond. Only the gentle rising and falling of his chest told them he was alive. Junpei was relieved to see that he was, in fact, still breathing.
Let's get him up on a bed.
He lifted Ace off the floor and laid him on the bed he was leaning against. When Junpei turned around, Lotus gave him a look of pity.
Well, we really don't have a choice now. We can't let his sacrifice go to waste, right?
Like you even mean that.
You say something?
No, nothing.
It felt wrong, but he had to agree. Then suddenly, Santa spoke. Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah, but we're not done choosing yet, are we?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, we haven't decided who's going in what door.
Ah, yes. Yes, that's true.
Excuse me, sorry.
Enough of this screwing around. Let's decide. You first, Lotus. Which door do you want?
I want door number 8. It's the same number as my bracelet number.
Got it. You're 8. You're next, 7. Which one do you want?
I'll take 7. Can't get along with that old lady.
What? What did you just say?
Oof. Her face distorted by rage. Lotus took a step forward, a step towards 7. He threw up his hands and made a face like a child caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Who,
Car.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, you're gonna get it next time.
She shot him a glare that would have melted still, then turned and stalked off.
All right, who's next?
Santa's gaze moved across the 3 people left. Finally, they stopped on Junpei.
Junpei, which door do you want?
At last, Junpei's mind was already made up. Who should I go with? I didn't really think about this. I forgot what number my thing was. Yeah, we're just gonna go with 7 because I want to get to know this other dude.
I think I'm gonna go with door 7.
Okay, 7 it is.
Yeah.
All right, then. That means June's got to go through 8.
What?
Oh!
Why?
What?
Santa grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but finally began to
The
display.
6 of us are going to keep going without leaving anyone behind. There are only 3 ways we can do it.
Oh, whoops. Plan A.
3, 5, and 8 go through 7. And 4, 6, and 7 go through 8. 4, 5, and 7 go through 7. And 3, 6, and 8 go through 8. Or 3, 6, and 7 go through 7. And 4, 5, and 8 get 8.
I should have picked the other one.
There are no other combinations. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors.
Oh,
You get it now?
Junpei just felt just as June did. He wanted to be at his side through whatever trials they were prepared to face. They were preparing to face. But he knew that if they were to survive, he had to swallow his feelings. In order for the 6 of them to move forward, he and June had to be separated. He looked at June. He was scared to lose her, but he swallowed, stilled his resolve, and did his best to smile.
Hey, come on. You're making it sound like we're never gonna see each other again. We gotta split up, but only for a while. This is just like when we went into the 4 and 5 doors, remember? We got split up then too, but we all met back up. I'll bet 7 and 8 are just like that.
You mean they're connected somewhere?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
She didn't sound very hopeful. It was 7 that interjected.
I'm sure they're gonna connect somewhere.
Why? What makes you think so?
If they don't, then neither team can get through door 9. In other words, the game would end right here. Zero's been on top of his shit so far. I don't think he'd blow it now. I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible. He's not gonna end this game until we get through the 9 door.
June said nothing. The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked at Junpei. He met them, and with the reassurance he could manage, laid his hand gently on her shoulder.
Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna see each other again. I promise.
June bit her lip and gave him an almost imperceptible nod, whatever that means.
Yes. Promise?
Her voice was barely above a whisper. Santa's voice shattered the moment.
You guys are done, right?
He stretched and continued.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. Clover and I will both go into separate groups. I figure I'll take 8 and Clover can take 7. Any problems with that, Clover?
Clover looked away and was silent for a moment.
Whatever.
It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care.
All right, we're ready to go then. Let's move.
At Santa's command, the group split and headed for the respective doors. Clover, 7, and Junpei walked toward door 7. Santa, Lotus, and June headed for door 8. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. 7 took a deep breath.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
It's open.
A narrow hallway stretched out before them. 7 and Clover leapt through the door.
Let's do this!
Hurry!
Oh yeah, we had to hurry. The moment they did, the bracelets beeped. The detonators in the bracelets have been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. He looked to his right, towards door 8. June stood there, mirror image of Junpei. She turned and looked toward him. Their eyes met. They nodded.
June.
Oh, that was it. They nodded, period. There you go.
Jumpy.
The farewell took almost 1.5 seconds.
What the hell are you doing, Junpei?
Then someone took a hold of Junpei's arm and hauled him bodily through the door. He heard the sound of the numbered doors slam shut behind him. His bracelet gave a cold electronic beep.
Only 81 seconds left! No time to waste, guys! Let's get moving!
7 led the way down the hallway. Junpei and Clover followed him as fast as they could. After what seems like far more than 81 seconds, they reached the end of the hall.
Look! The door on the left! I can see the dead!
But there was no time to rest or catch their breath. All 3 slammed their hands in quick succession over the span of the dead. Still trying to catch his breath, 7 leaned heavily against the wall.
It stopped. It stopped.
His smile seemed forced and a little crooked.
This is the second time we've gone through one of these numbered doors, but... Whew. You never really get used to it.
He stood up straight, no longer out of breath, and wiped some of the sweat from his head and neck. Clovis looked at him.
I would have thought a guy your size would have bigger balls than that.
Ooh! Big ooh!
What? What the hell did you just say? Say it again! I dare you!
You have no...
Okay.
You wanna die?
I'd like to see you try.
You fucking brat. Alright, let's go!
Oh, warning, it swears. Let me put that into the description. Warning, it swears. Okay, here we go. Okay, the description has been changed.
Hey, calm down, guys. This isn't the time for this. It's not gonna do us any good.
Junpei sighed. Sometimes he wondered if the doors and the puzzles were really the greatest challenges they faced.
Wait here for a minute, alright? I'm gonna go see if there are any other doors.
They didn't respond, but Junpei wasn't in the mood for any conversation. For a conversation, anyways.
We just came through this door. And of course it's shut tight. There's a short hallway on the left here, and an iron wall. I doubt I can get through it.
At last, he gave up and returned to Seven, who was tapping lightly on the wooden door.
This door's the only option we've got, right?
Yeah, looks like it.
Hey, something's written on the door, on that iron plate.
Eh?
It says operating room.
Oh, no!
If this thing's telling the truth, there could be body parts inside here.
Well, this is probably not going to be pleasant.
Something about it made Junpei feel nervous.
Well, there's no point to standing around. Might as well go in and see what's waiting for us.
Seven grabbed the brass knob and slowly opened the door. The creak of the hinge sounded like the groan of an old woman.
What's wrong?
No, it's nothing.
A chill snaked its way down Junpei's spine.
Let's just go.
Quickly, he gathered what courage he could and took the first step into the room. Seven followed, with Clover right behind him.
Huh?
Part of the room just past the door was obscured by a screen.
What the hell is this?
Why don't we take a look?
Hey, Clover!
Clover's curiosity got the better of her, and she darted past Junpei to peer around the screen. Uh-oh. Her scream nearly blew out Junpei's eardrums.
Clover!
He and Seven ran towards Clover to see what had frightened her.
What's wrong?
They rounded the screen, and the cause of her outburst was immediately clear.
What the hell is this?
Oh no, is this part of the puzzle?
Is this a corpse?
It was something that looked kind of like a human, lying across some sort of bed. Not a bed, an operating table. The table sat on a rusty steel lift, and a cluster of bright operating lights shone down on it from the ceiling.
We should probably take a closer look.
Yeah.
Slowly, they approached. As they got closer to the body, it became clear that it was As they got closer to the body, it became clear that it wasn't a body at all.
This is...
What the hell? That's just a huge doll or something.
Coughs. Mannequin. Coughs.
Doll?
Clover did not look terribly comforted. Slowly, she approached the operating table and looked as intently as possible, went as far away as possible, at the thing. Junpei could see her relax.
You're right. It's only a doll. Man, it really scared me.
She heaved a great sigh of relief and wiped a few drops of sweat from her forehead. Seven smirked.
Well, I guess it would have been weird if you actually had any balls.
Shut it! Don't you start with me, fatty.
Oh, what's this? You want a piece of me, short stuff?
Yeah, bring it on, you whale!
Hey, guys, not again, okay? Seriously, knock it off. Jeez. Anyway, it looks like he's got something the two of you could stand to have a little more of. I'm talking about a heart.
Oof! Go, Junpei!
Huh? Oh, this? You mean on his chest?
Yeah.
It was set a little higher for a human body, but from the shape of the organ, there could be no doubt that it was a heart.
Why would there be a heart in a doll?
I don't think it's a doll.
You think maybe it's like a medical mannequin or something?
Or maybe it's got more personal uses?
Seven's grin was more than a little perverted. Chloe glared at him.
Anyway, how about we take a look around this place? Let's go.
Okay.
Sure thing.
Ooh, shivers! Seek a way out! Okay. Just look. An operating table. Do you think operator tables look like this? I have no idea. These dolls are really kind of creepy, you know. Hey, it says something here. Jean? You think this doll's... you think that's this doll's name? Oof. Maybe. This thing is creepy. I wonder why it's on the bed. It's an old operating table. Bleh. It's an old operating table. The medical mannequin is lying on it. Okay, the medical mannequin is lying on the bed. Apparently his name is John. Hey, I wonder what this thing is. It says KG on the display. You think maybe it's the scale? Ah, a white cloth. They'd use these for surgery, right? Let's see, syringes, cups, plates. There's a sort of scissor-y thingy. Oh. There are a bunch of surgical tools on the table. One of them looks kind of like a pair of scissors. I guess I can't take the scissors then. Woo! Another medical mannequin? From the looks of it, this one's a chick. She has a name too. Lucy. Poor thing. Looks like Miss Lucy only has a head and a left arm. I would say that Okabe is that kind of protagonist. Wait, what? Maybe we're supposed to gather all her parts? What's this thing? It's got some sort of iron legs. Maybe it's a heater? There's nothing inside it. Fake chest. I see. Maybe it's supposed to heat something like that gauze to kill bacteria? There's a boiler thing over there. There's nothing on the lid or in the drawers. A thing for boiling materials to sterilize them. Welcome from Steins Gate Cure. I don't think I've seen Steins Gate. Sorry. Oh crap, so he's back. A thing for boiling teals to sterilize them. There's a lot of different kind of medication. It's hard to tell them apart. It's locked. We can probably find the key if we just look somewhere. Let's look somewhere else. It looks like it's locked. Guess we're gonna need the key for this one. The fact that it's rusty, ugh. None of this other stuff looks useful. Yeah, it's all pretty rusty. Oh, it was rust. Okay, good. A medical mannequin with guts showing. Ew, gross. Hey, Junpei, there's a slit in this thing's chest. Yeah, sure is. There's something in there. Maybe we can get it out. Ugh, darn it! Stinking thing won't budge. It's stuck. Well, I guess you can't just force on this. Bleh! I guess you can't use force on this one then. We need something small that can fit into that hole. Can I use this? Toto. No. So we need something that does. There we go. Yay! Fake organ! Yay! Yes, yes. Bed doesn't look very comfortable. There's his head. Maybe something will happen if we gather all her body parts. Blah blah. Says Casey on the bed. Is this a skull? The door is empty. Yeah, nothing in here. Oh my blah 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 blah. They all look like medicine. Got labels, but they're all vague medical words that I don't understand. Ah ha 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 ha. Wait, I got it. Item. Combine. Action. Let's try cutting into this. Bah ha 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 ha. I win. Cool, it's unlocked. There's coat racks. And a piece of paper. Yay! Let's check it out later because I'm too lazy to look at it now. I found a beaker. 4 different lights, each one a different color, red, blue, and purple. Does this thing react to something and then the light lights up? Ooh. Okay. What the heck are you doing? Do you want to get out of here? But I'm tired. That makes sense. Sink. Doctors and nurses probably wash their hands here before an operation. That's just here. Darn, it's not opening. Locked, of course. The blue plate seems a little suspicious, though. It's locked and won't open. It won't open. Looks like it's locked. There's a red plate on it. Do you think it means something? Darn, it's not opening. It won't even budge. It's got this purple plate on it, too. I know what it means. I just don't have anything. What's this? A light switch? Doesn't even seem to be working. There's a lock on the door. The key I got won't open it. Whoops. Awesome, it's unlocked. There's a note on top of the table. Iron 1, salt 2, water 3. Carbon dioxide, question mark, ammonia? Ethanol? What do you think this is a hint for? Maybe it's got something to do with this box? Well, look at the front side. Maybe it represents a number? Blue liquid. Yay! Red liquid. Yay! Box is locked. Looks like you're gonna have to have the... Blah. E center, C center. Roll the dinner. If you mess up, press C. Let's give it a shot. No. We're not ready. Hey, Junpei, you think there are any slugs on this ship? Well, if there are, I was thinking we could put salt on them. What's she pointing at? The label states NaCl. By the way, have you seen Death Note, Ed and Kira? I've read the book. Never seen the actual anime or the movie. Salt, huh? Do you think 7 will shrivel up if we put it on him? Oh! Hey, you said something? What's this? Looks like a can with a spray nozzle. It says CO2. Just a can filled with carbon dioxide. Something stinks. Is it coming from this bottle? It's an NH3. Well, that of course stinks. It's ammonia. Ooh, good stuff. Let's go for a drink. What are you talking about? I'm talking about that bottle. It says C2H5OH, right? It's ethanol. That's right. It's also known as ethyl alcohol. It's pretty much what booze is made of. So you're gonna drink it? Nah, I won't. It might say that's what it is on the label, but there could be anything in there. Junpei, there's a bottle of iron powder on the shelf. How do you know it's iron? The label says Fe. Fe stands for iron, right? What do you mean the light? What do you mean the light? The manga. It was a startup point from escaping Naruto to meet the anime universe. Honestly, I think the first half is the only one that should have been left. The other one is fast. Hey Junpei! There's dihydrogen monoxide on the shelf. Why don't you just say water? This is so confusing! Hey, it turned red. Forget about that. Did you just hear that just now? Ooh. It's blue now. I think I heard another noise. I get it. You combine the red and liquid and the blue liquid to make a purple one. Good job, Junpei! The purple light came on and I heard it unlock. I'm sure it's unlocked. The locker with the purple plate has gotta be unlocked. Alright, let's see what happened. Oh, for a second there I thought that was a nose. Guess I can't do that yet, then. Iron 1, salt 2, water 3, carbon dioxide, ammonia, ethanol. Wait! No, never mind. Wait, hold on. Iron? Fe, what's the salt? Okay. Welcome, Kausu. Come on. Got to know Death Note. L part of it? Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. Where's a piece of paper and something? Ed, take notes to me. I don't know. Actually, you're gonna see me type stuff in chat. It's just to help remind myself. So that would be... I don't know how to do this. Non-hydrogen... Wait, which one are we going after? Ah! What did I do? Stop. Go back. Okay. Ammonia is 4. Ammonia is 4. CO2. C is for carbon, O is for oxygen. So carbon dioxide is made up of 1 carbon atom and 2 oxygen atoms. Now I just need the numbers. So ammonia is 3. No, ammonia is 4. Carbon dioxide is 3. She hot and O. H must mean hot, and O probably stands for orphans. So H2O must be made up of 2 hot orphans. 7. Is your head okay? There's a bottle of water on the cell. Water molecule is made of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Wait, so is it 3, 4, 3? No. No, hold on, wait. Basically, ethanol is made of 2 carbon atoms, 6, that'll be 9. So, 3, 4, 9. What? Nani? Eh? Carbon dioxide. That should be 3. Oh, 3, 9, 4? 4, 3, 9. Let's try that. No, 4, 9, 3. I'm doing something wrong here. Hold on. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. Oh, maybe you're right! Oh, hahaha. I know it's these 3 numbers. There we go. Thanks, Ed. Fake right arm. And fake heart. Okay, menu. We're gonna look at the files. We're gonna look at the medical records. A medical record found on the preparation table room. It has the records for 2 mannequins. There's a male mannequin named John and a female named Lucy. The record shows each mannequin total weight and the weight of the individual parts. So this is 51.3 kilograms. The other one is 53.2 kilograms. Interesting. Gosh, you're bad at reading. I wasn't reading at all. It was more like I was just trying to remember the numbers, so I neglected trying to remember the whatever.
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
CONVO nodded and left. Junpei was about to follow her when he realized that 7 wasn't following suit.
Hmm?
Hey, 7. What's...
Oh, well...
He looked up at Junpei distractedly, and then back down at the brown bottle he held, cupped in his long hand.
Is that a medicine bottle?
I got curious about it. Here.
In response, 7 tossed the bottle gently to Junpei. He caught it and twisted it around to read the label.
Ethylene diamine tartrate?
Yeah, that's right. CDT.
What kind of medicine is that?
It's not medicine. I think it's an industrial strength detergent.
Why would they have something like that here?
Well, probably to clean stuff up.
Clean what up?
Fuck if I know. Still, it looks like it's cleaned my brain up.
Huh. Junpei looked up from the bottle.
You remember something?
Yeah.
Gasp. 7 nodded slowly and spoke.
Well, I remember a story about EDT. Happened about 50 years ago. There was this factory somewhere in America making big old EDT crystals. They were making it to sell as an industrial strength cleaner, like I told you before. But a year after the factory started up, something strange started happening with the crystals they were building. Water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals. This made them into a sort of mutation of the original crystals, called a hydrate. Once the crystals turn into a hydrate, though, it's useless as a cleaner. The factory had to just dump the crystals. As a hydrate, they were useless. But it didn't end there. After that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere, even ones nowhere near that first American factory. They've been making crystals the same way, with the same materials and the same equipment and environment. But now, all of a sudden, every single crystal they formed turned into a hydrate.
Can you hear you and read? You guys are mean!
In fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make a pure EDT crystal. Even in EDT research done years before, they'd never gotten a hydrate. But after it happened at the first factory, it just spread. It was like, man, how do you say it?
Like the molecules were communicating with one another, transmitting information in a way humans couldn't perceive.
Huh.
This phenomena spread throughout the world, right?
Junpei looked up at Seven with half a smirk. Seven stared at him, dumbfounded.
Yeah, that's it exactly. But how did you know?
I heard another story, kind of like that one.
When?
In the freezer?
What? The freezer?
Yeah, June told me.
Oh yeah! Junpei told Seven the story he heard from June in the freezer in the kitchen. How one day glycogen began to crystallize. And the story of ice that wouldn't melt at room temperature. When Junpei was done, Seven looked thoughtful and absentmindedly rubbed the scar on his chin.
Ice that doesn't melt at room temperature, huh?
That sounds familiar?
Yeah, hold up. I feel like I can remember something. It's right there.
You can do it! Seven squinted. His eyes stared off into space as if he was trying desperately to focus on something far away.
Do you know about Ice 9?
Ice 9? Ice 9. Ice 9. Ice.
Suddenly, Seven's eyes shot open.
That's it. I remember now. That woman, she's on this boat.
Eh? Eh?
That woman?
Alice!
Eh?
Who's Alice?
Come on. The woman who won't melt at room temperature.
Wait, is there a corpse?
Huh?
It became clear to Seven that Junpei had no idea what he was talking about. He ran his hand across his face and took a deep breath.
You know how the Titanic sank on April 15th, 1912, right?
Yeah, more than 1,500 people died. Worst maritime accident in history. What about it?
Did you hear about the boat that was sent to collect the dead bodies?
I think that was the RMS Carpathia, right? It was a cruise liner, just like the Titanic.
No, that was the ship that picked up the survivors. The ship that collected the dead bodies was the CS McKay Bennett. The McKay Bennett showed up on April 17th, 2 days after the accident. It set out from Halifax, a port in Canada, and recovered 306 bodies. The Atlantic that far north was really cold. It would have to be for there to be icebergs and stuff. Anyway, the bodies they pulled out of the water were frozen solid.
This isn't a very nice story. So, what happened next?
Shivers!
Well, they say the McKay Bennett recovered something more than just dead bodies. There were various bits of stuff floating around in the water. Things the drowned had carried with them, or stuff that dislodged as the ship sank. One of the things they found was a coffin.
A coffin?
Yeah, a wooden one. The craftsman who made it must have been pretty skilled. It wasn't just a wooden coffin. It was all wood, no nails, no reinforcements, no gaps in the wood anywhere. The thing was airtight. The crew got pretty curious about what might be inside it and opened it up. They had to get a wedge and hammer it open. It was so unmade. Inside.
So well made. Inside, there we go.
They found a woman.
Whoa.
Or, I guess you should say, they found the dead body of a woman. Her hair was thick and black, and her skin rich brown with no blemishes or signs of decomposition. They say that she looked gorgeous, like a goddess. She was obviously dead, but everyone who looked at her said she just looked like she was sleeping. Her skin was so lifelike, she looked like she might wake up any minute. And she didn't, though. Like the rest of the bodies they found, she was frozen solid. Eventually, the McKay Bennett finished searching and returned to Halifax. The 306 bodies were unloaded and taken ashore. However, it was warm enough that they began to thaw. They say that the stink was horrible.
Ugh.
But there was one body that didn't thaw, and that was...
The girl in the coffin.
That's right. Everybody thought for sure that she'd melt and start to rot like the rest of them eventually. But weeks passed and nothing happened. And a month passed. And another. And it was summer, and she was still frozen solid. After a while, people started to say she was some sort of miracle. Rumors about her started to spread. People came to visit Halifax from all over. After a while, people started to call her All Ice. Alice.
Oh, hey, that's... Okay.
Of course, those rumors didn't last long.
Why?
Well, she up and disappeared. One day Alice was there, the next day she wasn't.
Hey.
They say someone snuck into where they were keeping her and stole the body. With the body gone, the rumors followed pretty quickly. And after a while, no one remembered her. You might be able to find something about her if you could find a newspaper from back then, but that's about it.
Are these based off of true stories?
Wait, you just said that she was on this boat.
Yeah, I did. Alice has got to be somewhere on this ship.
Now why the hell would you say something like that?
Because I know.
And just what is it you know?
What happened to Alice after she was stolen?
Junpei gulped.
Alright, tell me. What happened to Alice?
Seven nodded slowly and took on the look of a man recalling something long buried.
Well, around that time, the word was that there was a special black market in New York.
Yee.
All millionaires from all over the world. I've heard that Alice went up for auction there. The person who won the auction was Lord Dashiell Gordain. You've heard that name before, right?
Lord Gordain. Oh, isn't he the guy who bought the Gigantic? The Titanic sister ship?
Yeah, that's him. Although I guess he hadn't done that yet.
What do you mean?
Gordain bought Alice in 1912. 4 years later, in 1916, he bought the Gigantic, and he hid Alice somewhere on the Gigantic, but nobody knows where. He died in 1931, and apparently he died without ever telling anyone where Alice was hidden.
However, what?
Well, he did have one close friend who asked him, "Where is Alice?" And he said, "Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic."
What the hell is that? Is it some kind of riddle?
Forest knowledge? Knowledge? Is there like a library in this ship?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Seven threw his hands up in defeat.
So that's it. Whatever you think, I believe it. She's hidden somewhere on the Gigantic. In other words, she's hidden somewhere on this ship.
Before Junpei could dispute whatever Seven's rather bizarre claim, as Junpei was trying to figure out what on earth he was going to say next, Clover's shrill little voice pierced the room.
Hey, what are you two doing over there? Stop wasting time and get over here.
Okay, we're coming.
Jeez.
Seven looked at Junpei.
Yeah, so anyway, that's the story. It might be useful someday. Don't forget it.
Don't forget it. I'm probably gonna forget it. Okay, with that cryptic remark, he turned and left the room.
Alice. Huh.
There was a Titanic money by the name of Amenra? Apparently not Alice. Huh. Junpei was left behind to ponder what he just heard. He tried to remember what June had told him earlier.
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy. They say that she was frozen. The story says that from the time of its discovery all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic, even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted.
Then was that Egyptian priestess Alice? Did the water in her body become Ice 9? No, that's nuts. There's no way somebody like that could exist.
Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to clear it, and followed Seven to the operating room where Clover was waiting. Okay. Time to... Suzanne? Lucy. Her name was Lucy. Seems like it. Well, I say we give Lucy her puts back. Any objections? Nope. Agreed. Alright, let's get started. Combine! Yay! Hey, nothing happened. That's odd. Maybe this the wrong rate. Wait. Well, you know when the scale on the side. Oh no, maybe we need to get the cell to a specific number. We're gonna do that. I think we're supposed to swap these parts. Operating screen. The screen will display 2 medical mannequins. You can switch the body parts by selecting the part you want to switch out. Okay. Wait, hold on. I'm supposed to figure out... This should be an easy way to do this. Question mark? Hold on. Hold on. Let's take this. I'm gonna do medical records. I'm gonna take this off. Hold on, I'm actually gonna take a screenshot of this. Whoop. Put this over on the side like this. Come back over here. Do this. Okay, here we go. Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay, we got this. So, blah 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 blah. So, the heart. So this is 3.3. So this is the right height. So this is right. 6.6. This is right. That's right. 0.4. Yep. Okay, so this dude, John, needs to be 51.3 kilograms. Lucy needs to be 53.2 kilograms. So, what we are gonna do, switch on these parts. Oh. Okay. Hey, Junpei, I just heard something. Oop, there we go. It came from Jum's operating table. We better check it out. After Liz King, she passed Dr. Satan. Huh? The lid on the scale. It's the key! Yay! Oh, it's Juniper key. Okay. Interesting. Purple liquid. I don't know why we have purple liquid though. It's an empty beaker. I guess. Okay, never mind. Whoop, boop.
Hey, hold on.
Junpei stopped, about to put the key into the doorknob.
Oh, what's up?
Where's Clover?
Huh?
Hey? Junpei turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen.
Oh, God damn it. Where the hell did she go? Okay, just hold on a minute. I'll go get her.
Sure thing.
Junpei left Seven at the door and headed back to the operating room. He found her standing next to the operating table. She's staring at the mannequin.
Hey, Clover, what's wrong? Come on, let's get out of here.
Sorry, I'm gonna move this. She didn't respond. If she hadn't been standing up and breathing, Junpei might have thought she was dead.
What are you doing? Did you want to come back here and say goodbye to John?
It wasn't the best joke, but it was something. in an attempt to lighten the mood. Clover didn't laugh. She stood stock still and said nothing.
Hey, Clover, can you hear me?
Perhaps it was something he said, or perhaps it was something else. Suddenly, her mouth opened and she whispered in a dry, dead voice.
My brother might be dead.
Huh?
That's why we couldn't find him. If he's dead, I'm going to be next.
Suddenly, the operating room felt very, very cold.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
He gave her a small shake, but she still didn't respond. The silence grew heavier. Junpei, what do you want to do? Gave her the 4-leaf clover.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't know why, but suddenly, Junpei remembered something he's been given earlier.
It's in my pocket somewhere. Here it is.
He reached into his pocket and dug it out.
A 4-leaf clover.
Santa had given it to him in the second class room. He held it out to Clover.
Hey, did you know? Each leaf means something. Hope, faith, love, and luck. That's what a 4-leaf clover stands for. Take it. Use it as a good luck charm.
He pressed the 4-leaf clover into her hand. Clover has a clover now? That's epic.
Listen to me, Clover. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck. Snake, I mean, your brother, he's not dead. He's alive, somewhere. I'm sure of it. You've just gotta believe in that.
Clover stared at the 4-leaf clover in her hand. He could see tears start to form at the corner of her eyes.
Thank you.
Her voice was tiny and broken, and as she spoke, she started to cry. She tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor, but it did little good. She wiped away tears with the baggy arms of her jacket, but more quickly took their place. What? No matter how she tried, she couldn't. I can't speak. No matter how she tried, she couldn't stop crying. Her tears made small wet circles on the floor.
Thank you.
She said it again. Then she looked up at Junpei and seemed to choke down the last of her grief. He did his best to smile. Junpei wiped an errant tear from her cheek with his thumb and gave her the best smile he could manage. Why Junpei has more personality than all Danganronpa characters combined.
Come on. Seven's waiting for us at the exit.
I have yet to play Danganronpa, but still she didn't move.
Wait, before we go, there's one thing I want to ask you.
What's that?
What do you think when you hear the word experiment?
For a moment, his mind froze. Hello, welcome back, Outo. Then he came back to his senses and realized the word meant nothing to him, aside from the dictionary definition.
What?
Oh. I guess it was just a coincidence then. I mean, that you knew about the 4-leaf clover.
Hey?
Look, I'm sorry. I don't want to be a jerk, but you are making less than no sense right now.
Oh, no. It's nothing. Just forget about it.
Oh, don't give me that. You really think I could just drop this?
Guys, I realized something. Junpei kind of reminds me of Taka. The way he speaks in these types of situations reminds me of Taka. Taka, you are now Junpei. I should call Junpei Taka now.
What is this experiment you were talking about?
Clover looked away. The 4-leaf clover was still in her hand. She stared at it for a long time and then finally spoke.
You promise you won't tell anyone?
Cross my heart.
Really?
Really?
I can trust you, right?
Of course you can.
Clover slipped the 4-leaf clover into her pocket. Her eyes still red from crying, she looked up at Junpei.
Okay then, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened on this ship 9 years ago.
Ooh. Wait, what? Taka's
On
here!
this ship?
Oh no.
Yeah, this ship.
He was entirely lost. He had 1,000 questions, but it was probably best, he thought, to save them until Clover had finished.
It was an experiment to test some sort of psychic thing. Communicating through these fields that you can't see.
Fields that you can't see?
He heard something like this before. Clover nodded.
Like, think about this.
She pointed at the operating table. On top of it was a somewhat mismatched medical mannequin whose parts had been swapped out with another mannequin.
This is John, right? But is he really John?
Huh?
All Junpei could think was she has finally completely lost
Isn't
it.
this like Locke's socks? Or the ship of Theseus?
Junpei grew even more confused. He'd never heard of either of those things, although they sounded smart.
You don't know? You haven't heard of those paradoxes?
No?
I'm choking on my saliva. Junpei shook his head. Clover laughed.
Okay, well pay attention then. This is how Locke's socks works. Let's say I've got a pair of socks. They're my favorite socks. One of them gets a hole in it. What would you do if that was your sock, Junpei?
Well, being honest, I wouldn't really do anything to the sock. I would just continue wearing it. But, I guess, in other words, I would throw it away.
I'd pitch it, I guess.
But it's your favorite pair of socks.
Oh, that's right.
Come on, who loves their socks that...
It doesn't matter. Just suppose you do love them that much.
Well, I guess then I'd patch it.
But what if another hole opens?
I'd add another patch.
Oh,
I
no.
What if another hole opened after that?
suppose. Another patch, I guess?
Wait! This is reminding me of the song. A vocal... is it a Vocaloid song? It's the necromancer one song that Taka knows. Da 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 da. That song. Taka should know that melody. If not, then I didn't do a good job.
Well, let's say you just keep adding new patches. Until eventually, the original cloth of the sock is totally gone.
Sorry. I didn't mean for that to be loud.
Once you get to that point, can you really say they're the same socks you started with?
Not really.
Well, that's tough.
It's just how do you say? No, yeah, that one, Taka, that one. Let's see. How to explain this? I'd say they're not exactly the same. They're just more of a edited version of it. It's kind of like you sketching an art and sending it to other people. It's just shared art thing. Actually, no, never mind. Hold on.
So, that's the Lock Socks thing?
Yeah, the ship of Theseus is a lot like it. The ship of Theseus. If you keep fixing the damaged parts of a ship, eventually it ends up with none of the parts it started with. Can you really say that ship is the same one you started with? And what if you took all the old parts from the first ship and built another one somewhere else? Then which ship is the real ship of Theseus? The one you repaired, or the one you built with all the original parts?
Oh, ouch! Oh, I see. Oh, ouch, my head. It was an interesting question. Clover could see Junpei was intrigued.
Hey, do you think it's the same?
What's the same?
These guys. Is this John? Or is it Lucy now?
Junpei looked at the operating table again. A mannequin full of body parts. A mannequin full of body parts from a different body. Clover had been right. It was just like the locked socks on the ship of Theseus. The part of the body that holds a person's identity is the head. Of course, for many hundreds of years, conventional wisdom had held that man's identity resided in his heart or any other number of internal organs. And here they had
John's
both.
head and heart are both his, but apart from those and a single arm, the rest of his body was once Lucy's.
Was the mannequin really John?
We're just like these mannequins.
She looked at Junpei again.
Think about it. The cells in our body change every day. Old ones die and new ones are born.
Oh, ooh.
Maybe part of my arm is made of stuff from a fish I ate once. Or maybe part of your right side is made from a cow you ate.
Cow you ate! cow you ate! So, it runs in the family. I am now a cow. Moo!
If you take it a little further,
Oh, please, no!
those cows and fishes are made from something else too, right?
Oh, no!
That's how we're all connected.
It's a circle of life.
Through fields that can't be seen with the naked eye.
The silence was broken by Seven.
Hey, what the hell is taking you two so long?
Seven's head appeared in the doorway. He was not happy.
How long are you gonna make me wait? We don't have time to screw around.
I think it's a good thing that Cow wasn't hearing this. Junpei and Clover looked at each other. Clover looked at Junpei as if to say there was more she wanted to tell him. She shook her head. Whatever she had to tell him, she didn't want to tell him in front of Seven. Seven seemed to catch on.
Oh? What were you two doing? Was this some sort of secret meeting?
No, it wasn't. We were just
Just...
playing with the mannequins.
Huh?
Let's go, Junpei.
Moved a little bit too fast to be entirely innocent. Clover headed towards the exit. Seven stared after her, then turned to Junpei with an amused expression.
Playing with mannequins, huh? Didn't know you were into that kind of thing, Junpei.
You're a dick.
Junpei dashed past him and chased Clover's path out the door. With a short laugh, Seven followed. He stood in front of the door. Junpei took out the Juniper key.
All right.
Jupiter.
I'm gonna open it now.
Say like Jupiter! Yay! Famous, wait, hold on. Who is that? Rax? Famous character Ace. Can't concentrate her voice without thinking of chipmunks. Okay. Be nice to her. I know, but just the thought of diddling a cat is a no. Can't think of how to he's yeah. Oh dear. I can't concentrate on the words without thinking of cow.
You don't need to keep
Also,
asking, just do it,
Yaxibel,
right?
welcome to the stream. For someone who's into piercing undeads, you're awfully uncomfortable about it. Wait, what? Oh, guys, what are you talking about on my chat? I'm gonna ignore the chat for now. He slid the key into the keyhole and turned it. He felt it unlock. Whew, shivers. The door opened with a soft melancholy, however you pronounce that word, creak. Beyond it lay a simple white hallway. There was no fanfare or confetti. Obviously, there was no one there to applaud them. They simply walked through the door, and that was it.
All right. Let's get going.
Hey, man, what's up with you? You're so serious, you know? Can't you sound more happy, you know, get a little excited?
Yay!
Not really.
Oh, okay. Jimmy turned away from Seven and took his first step down the simple white hallway.
My brother might be dead. I'm going to be next.
Clover had told him only a few minutes before that her brother was probably dead, and she was likely to follow him.
Like hell I can. Not after hearing something like that.
You found it! Since the game doesn't provide me applause. Except they gave me footsteps. They left the operating room. The hallway took them around several corners, past several doors, but they were all locked.
There too, huh? Every door in this place is locked up tight.
How about that one?
The final door was hidden in the corner of the hall.
May as well give it a try.
Junpei grabbed the handle. As he made to push it open, a voice stopped him. The voice came from behind him and belonged to neither seven. It's a snake?
Jumpy!
Huh?
Eh? June! He spun around. He saw someone running towards him from the other end of the hallway. There were 3 people coming towards Junpei and his companions.
June? And Santa? And Lotus too?
They pulled up short in front of Junpei, breathing hard.
Whoa! What the hell is this?
What are you doing here?
What? But we didn't...
Before he could finish, Clover spoke.
Hey guys! Could you come take a look at this?
She was standing near the end of the small hallway that was branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she'd found.
Look on the wall here.
There was something on the wall at the end of the hallway.
A map of the ship's interior?
It says C deck.
So it's the map for this floor then?
Door 7. And... Door 8. Yep, they both eventually end up at this hallway.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't that what I said? We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. And that's how the Nonary game works.
I see.
Junpei looked at the map of the ship's interior again.
Wait a sec. Hey, could this lead to...
He looked more closely. His surprise and excitement gave way to weariness.
Oh!
You've got to be kidding me.
One by one, the others saw what he'd seen.
We may as well go.
Yeah.
They moved as one for the door.
Oh, I almost forgot. We should keep this.
He pulled the map from the ship's interior off the wall, put it in his pocket, and followed the others. The 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in the semicircle. Santa stepped forward. He took a hold of the door and spoke without looking back at the other 5.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
Slowly, all 5 nodded their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. He poured through the doorway and into the room. Even without looking around, each one of them knew where they
I
were.
knew it.
They were just where the map had said they would be.
We're back. In the hospital room.
Wait, so basically you guys went in a circle?
I see. I believe I understand what you're saying. The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8. You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory, and then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked door.
He looked like anyone might after only just waking up, but seemed that his brain was working as well as ever. He managed to grasp, summarize, and understand each team's report.
At any rate, I feel a bit silly for my little show of altruism. I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
He shook his head with a rueful smile.
Well, we saw each other again and we ain't dead, so I say that's good enough.
7 smiled.
Anyway, I say we get out of this creepy old place. We found the key we need.
The key?
Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Right, Junpei?
Wait! What if Snake is past the Jupiter room? Okay. Oh, Vaxi, this game is an escape game. Ed could probably explain more in detail. But yeah.
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
Oh, the solar system keys. Actually, we found one in the laboratory too.
Yay!
Here, the Earth key.
Lotus dug out a still warm key with an Earth symbol on it.
I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. That way it won't be my fault if it gets lost.
Yeah. On it.
And with that, she pressed it into Junpei's hand. He felt slightly less than on it.
Yeah, we have 3 keys that we haven't used yet.
Yeah. The Jupiter key that we found in the operating room. The Saturn key card we found in the kitchen. And the Earth key Lotus just gave me.
Junpei tucked the new keys into his pocket. Jun spoke up.
The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long, straight hallway, right?
Yeah. If the map's right, then it connects to the central staircase. Then, next to the stairs...
Wait!
They were the first words anyone had heard a Clover in quite some time. There we go. Her face suggests they weren't going to be very happy with the
What
words.
about door 3?
Oh,
you
no.
saw the map, right? It's the same as 7 and 8. It just lead us back to the big hospital room. There's no point to seeing what's on the other side of that door.
There is a point. At least there is for me.
Oh, there were tears in her eyes, but she glared at Seven as hard as she could just the same. She looked very much like a frightened puppy. There wasn't a man alive who could have resisted those eyes. Seven looked everywhere in the room except at Clover, and muttered and coughed apologies under his breath.
Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. Snake might be on the other side of door 3.
Oh. Clover nodded once. The next person to speak was Ace.
Very well. I'll be coming with you then. I've had a nice long rest. I think it's time I was up and about again. So, Seven, you'll help me, won't you?
Huh? Me?
Junpei did the calculations quickly in his head. 4 plus 1 plus 7 equals 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. It looked like someone was doing them too. At last he gave up.
Damn. Well, I guess that's how it's gotta be. So I'm going with you, huh?
She's not on screen, huh?
Yes, you are.
Alright, let's get moving.
And so it was decided that Clover, Ace, and Seven would discover what lay beyond door 3. Good luck, guys.
Okay, we're heading out.
Be careful.
Whoa. Didn't think I'd be hearing that from you, Lotus.
Don't let it go to your head. I'd be in trouble if the 3 of you bought it. The rest of us can't open the 9 door.
Ah, the truth comes out.
Seven nodded as if this answer made much more sense and pulled the lever on the red. Good luck.
Okay, we're off.
The door opened and Ace, Clover, and Seven jumped through it. Hey kid, when the elevator appears soon, pick the non-obvious conclusion, please. It's really good. The non-obvious? Eh? Eh? Okay, if I see an elevator, I'll just like pause and have you point out which one is the non-obvious conclusion. Because I'm very dense.
Huh?
Get moving.
Where are we going?
Everyone except Lotus seemed rather confused.
Well, it would be a waste of time to just sit around, wouldn't it? Let me explain.
Oh, I get it. We're gonna see if we can get anywhere interesting with the Jupiter key.
Yes. If we're lucky, we might find Snake.
They were at the end of the hallway, linked by individual hospital rooms.
And here's the Jupiter symbol on the keyhole.
All right, Junpei, open it if you please.
Yeah, on it.
Junpei pulled the Jupiter key out of his pocket and slid it into the keyhole. He twisted it. Ow! Eat that! Ow! I hit my foot on the... Ow. Okay. With a nice sharp click, he felt the door unlocked. Junpei sucked in a breath, held it, and opened the door as quietly as he could. Ow. Why am I hurting myself? Inside was exactly what he expected to see from the map of the ship's interior. They were in a tremendous hall, almost like a ballroom with a massive central staircase.
Great, back to the beginning. You sure this is a good idea?
What do you mean?
Well, we already searched every inch of this room, didn't we? I'm asking you if there's any reason we came back here.
Of course there's a reason.
Of course there's a reason.
Wait, did you say elevator? When the elevator appears, okay.
Man, sometimes I can't tell if you're smart or just lucky.
Huh?
This.
Junpei pulled out two things out of his pockets.
The Saturn key card. And the Earth key? I'm lost.
Ah! Boy! Santa cocked his head to one side like an inquisitive bird and looked at them. After several long moments during which it became apparent that Santa had no idea what the cards meant, Junpei figured it on him.
Don't you remember, Santa? On C deck, where we are now, there was a big elevator behind the stairs, remember? And next to the elevator, there was a card reader with the Saturn symbol on it. And on A deck, on the door to the left, there was a keyhole with the Earth symbol on it, I think. So the two keys that Jumpy has
Should let us use the elevator and the door on A deck. Huh.
Yes, that's right.
June is such a good person. June smiled, pleased with herself. So did Santa.
All right, I got it. Let's get started then.
I feel like Santa has the same mindset as me
What do
sometimes.
you say we split into two teams? Lotus and I will search the Earth one, so you two can search Saturn, all right?
Sounds good. Then you guys should take this key.
Junpei handed the Earth key to Santa. They decided that the initial tricks should be brief.
We have no idea what's on the other side of these, so don't go too far. Just search for 10 minutes and come back.
Plan decided, the two teams split it up. Junpei and Jun headed for the elevators. Okay.
There's a card reader next to the left elevator.
Then let's try out the Saturn key card.
Okay. Pick the non-obvious conclusion.
Great! It looks like it's working now.
All right, now how do I call the elevator?
There was a single button to the right of the elevator door.
Oh, it only has the upside down triangle on it.
I guess there's no up button. Well, we may as well try pushing this one.
The door slid shut, and they heard the grinding of the motor as the elevator car moved down.
It opened! Look, Jumpy!
Jun's voice was excited, but Junpei could hear a tinge of anxiety.
Sweet! It opened! Let's get going.
He grinned at Jun and stepped toward the open door. As he was about to foot in it, he felt a hand on his arm.
Wait!
What?
I'm not really, I just, oh gosh.
Junpei has something of a loss. Oh, what could she possibly be so frightened of? Jun was probably afraid of? The non-obvious one? Oh, would it be this one? Right? Right, Ed? This one? Right? Am I guessing right? Okay. After a little thought, Junpei decided that she had to be nervous about being locked up in such a small place alone with the boy.
Well, we will be all alone in here.
In a way, it was kind of cute. Very demurring. comfortable, you could say, he thought. Still, even though it wasn't exactly roomy in the elevator, they weren't going to be pressed up against one another. At least they didn't have to be. Still, it was making her nervous. She really couldn't help but think how innocent she was.
Jumpy?
Huh? Oh, nothing. It's not important. Come on, let's go.
Again, he stepped towards the elevator. And again, he felt himself restrained.
I said wait a minute.
Why?
Aren't you afraid, Jumpy?
Afraid of what?
Well, I've never, you know.
Been in an elevator?
It's your first time?
She's never been in an elevator with a man alone before? Even so... Oh, she's seen Daphne
I
alone.
might get wet.
What?
Ed, what did you make me choose?
Down there.
Well, I mean, of course you would. That's the way it works. I mean, I've never heard of anyone getting soaking wet somewhere.
That's
Ed!
true.
Ed!
You don't mind
Mind what?
getting wet.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, no!
Probably, you know.
No!
Gosh, Jumpy, you're so brave.
Oh, my face is heating up. Hold on. Warning, it shows and we choose a really weird option that I will never listen to him again. For advice of what to choose. Ed. Hashtag ban Ed. My face. Oh, my. I should have asked if it was rated Q. I should have asked if it was rated Q. Ed, how could you? I trusted you. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Ed, you owe me Cheetos. I'm just gonna say that now.
Really? I mean, I kind of think any guy would do the same thing, you know? What happens, happens, right? I mean, if you get the chance, you've just got to go for it. That's what a man is supposed to do.
You're so cool, Jumpy. I really admire you.
That doesn't really seem like the sort of thing you ought to admire someone for.
I'm really scared.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you've never done it before.
Yes. So, I don't think I'll be able to last very long.
Over?
Yes. I'll go to heaven.
Heaven?
It feels kind of like you're floating in space. At least that's what I've heard from people.
Yes, I've heard. Although I don't think the same thing.
What?
Huh?
But it would happen to men too, wouldn't it? It would happen to anyone. Once it gets into your body, the same.
Well, I mean,
Yes, it. Well,
I'm skipping
What are you trying
this.
to do?
nothing. I'm just saying that.
Oh,
I know most men even then, I don't think you could hold your breath. Eventually, you'd have to. Once that happens, your body won't be.
oh.
What is this laugh? Is this a genuine laugh? Was this a genuine laugh from the voice actor? Because the way that he did. No, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, hold on. We'll just. Here. I'll let you guys read what was going on. Okay, here we go. There you go. I'm gonna scroll down. You guys gonna have to read fast. I couldn't stand listening to it. I'm not even reading this. I'm just scrolling down. My face is blushing. Read it too! You want me to read this? You want me to read this? What is wrong with you? I'm like, okay, fine. Hold on. Again, he stepped toward the elevator, and again, he felt himself restrained. Hey, I said, wait a minute. Why? Aren't you afraid, Jumpy? Afraid of what? Well, I've never, I don't want to read this. It's your first time? She'd never been in the elevator with the man before. Even so, she still seemed awfully alarmed. Hold on, Taka, I need you to join the stream time thing. The stream time call. Actually, hold on. Taka, are you available to read this thing for me? Please tell me you're available to read something for me. I need help. Hold on. I'm calling upon Taka to read this for me, because I can't read this at all. I can't read read it. And I don't think... Taka! Is that you?
Why did you bring me in there?
Because I need your help. Okay, Taka. Okay. Okay, guys, welcome Taka, or ex-Fallon Hawk, into the stream. I need you to read this. Okay, here you go. This is what you need. So, yeah.
I'm reading. Whoa.
No, I'm sharing my screen on Discord.
Okay.
This is rated Kira. Warning. Hold on, let me put on a rated warning. Rated Kira CONVO. What's it called? It implies? No, it's called innuendo.
Innuendo.
Oh, inu. Like inu? Innuendo. There we go. Okay.
It's two N's.
Hush. We can. He has to do the laugh too. Okay, Taka. Ready? Go. Let's get this over with. I'm dying.
But you have to be June.
No!
No, I'm not reading the entire thing. You have to be June.
Why am I doing this?
Okay,
Here, how about I'll be June paying you be June, okay?
What? No.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
No.
That way you don't have to laugh, and I can do the laugh.
I don't care about the laugh.
I
I don't want to be June.
Taka!
You have to be June. You said I was June.
No, I said I wanted you to
No.
voice the entire
You
thing.
said I was Junpei.
No, I'm just a narrator.
So
I'm just both of them start with June. I call them both June.
Oh my god. You're doing June.
Why?
I'm not arguing about this.
Oh no.
I'm just going to do it.
This is gonna.
Just
Okay.
let me do my job.
I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna do it. It's your first time. She'd never been in an elevator with a man alone before. Even so, she seems awfully alarmed.
I. Taka, help.
Do it. Do it.
This is like me reading.
It's not even real.
No, this is like me
do it.
doing the rated QMVAs.
It's not though, because it's a comic. It's a comedic joke.
I might get. What?
Oh my god, fine. I'll read the entire thing.
Sorry.
I might get wet. What? Down there, I'd get soaking wet. Well, I mean, of course you would. That's the way it works. I mean, I've never heard of anyone getting soaking wet somewhere else. That's true. You don't mind? Mind what? Getting wet? Well, I don't know. I think I'd probably, like it. Gosh, Jumpy, you're so brave. Really? I mean, I kind of think any guy would do the same thing, though. What happens, happens, right? If you get the chance, you just gotta go for it. That's what a man's supposed to do, I guess. You're so cool, Jumpy. I really admire you. That doesn't really seem like the sort of thing you ought to admire someone for. I'm really scared. Yeah, I mean, like you said, you've never done it before. Yes. So I don't think I'll be able to last very long. And then it'll be over. Over? Yeah, I'll go to heaven. Heaven? It feels kind of like you're floating in space and your mind gets all fuzzy like when you pass out. At least that's what I've heard from people who have experienced it. Yeah, I've heard that too. Although I don't think the same thing happens to guys. What? Huh? But it would happen to men too, wouldn't it? It would happen to anyone. Once it gets into your body, the same thing happens to everyone. Well, usually it doesn't go inside the man. I mean, generally, yes it does. Well, eventually it will. It's not like you really have a choice. Your body will force you to swallow some of it eventually.
See, this is why I'm not
What are you
seeking.
trying to do to me? Nothing. I'm not going to do anything to you. I'm just saying that's what happens. It's not a psychological response. It's a physiological response. It's a psychological reaction to what you're experiencing. Is that so? Then it's only natural. Is that what's natural for living beings? Perhaps he'd been mistaken all these years. Had he misunderstood life so gravely? The thought terrified him. June seemed to be entirely oblivious to Junpei's mounting confusion and terror. Oh, what? Oh, I know most men probably have larger lungs, but even then I don't think you could hold your breath for 20 or even 10 minutes. Eventually you'd have to breathe, and the water would get into your lung. Once that happens, your body won't be able to get oxygen anymore, and you'll start to feel that floaty feeling as you pass out. Ed is right. It is your fault.
Hush! If only I didn't accept Ed. Ed, I love you to death, my dear brother. Taka, you can do that again. Do that again. You have to redo that. You have to redo that.
No,
Yes,
there's
yes.
the left right there.
No.
No.
Taka, you have to. I know you can do better than that.
Fake laughs make me cringe.
Then you understand what I mean. How I feel when I have to read those things.
No, this is a totally different thing. You
No.
just can't read it. He understood what June was trying to say and why she was so scared. Alright, I'm done.
I don't think I like the Nonary game anymore.
I can go now.
Yes, you can go. Thank you, Taka. Everyone give a round of applause to Taka. Yay! Okay. Coughs. Okay, so I'll link the voice so Kira can revel in it later. Oh dear. Oh no. Okay, if you guys want to know how this part actually goes, just look up Nonary game in the YouTube search box, because I'm not doing this again. I know it is my fault. It is my fault. Moving on with the game.
Yeah, you're right. You wouldn't last very long.
See?
She would say that the only elevator button pointed down. That meant, of course, that the elevator couldn't go any higher than the floor they were on. As he thought about it, Junpei realized he hadn't seen elevators on A or B decks near the central staircase. All of which meant that the elevator could only convey them to the lower decks.
Come to think of it, the lower floor, D deck, is completely underwater. An elevator heading to a submerged floor. That is pretty scary. Hey, wait a minute. This elevator came up from somewhere under us, right?
Well, yes, I guess it did. It didn't open right away after you pressed the button. There was a motor noise, like it was moving, and then it opened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So, take a look inside.
Junpei jerked his head toward the interior of the elevator.
It's not wet at all, is it? The walls and even the floor are totally dry.
Oh, you're right. They are.
She looked around the elevator, slightly embarrassed.
Well, let's test it.
Tested.
Yeah, watch this. Now, I'll just put one foot inside the elevator and look over at the button. Oh, there's only two.
Oh,
E
yeah.
and C. All right, I'll push E.
He pushed the E button and jumped out of the elevator. The door slid shut and they heard the grinding of the motor as the elevator car moved down.
I think I can hear it opening on E deck.
Okay, that's done. Now I'll just press the button again.
A few moments later, the elevator returned.
Yep, not a single drop of water to be seen. See?
Junpei couldn't resist puffing out his chest just a little bit. June, however, still looked confused.
What does that mean? How can E deck be safe if the D deck is full of water?
Well, here's what I think. The elevator shaft and E deck must be watertight and separated from wherever the ship's been punctured. Here, let me show you.
Pulled out his notebook and pen and sketched out a rough illustration.
I see. So is that why the ship hasn't sunk? The shape of the inside keeps it all from filling with water?
Yeah, I think that's what's going on.
Junpei continued talking as he closed the notebook and slipped it back into his pocket.
So I'm gonna go down and check it out. You stay here, alright?
But...
Come on, just do it, alright?
He gave June's shoulder a reassuring squeeze, then hopped onto the elevator. He pushed the E button and the doors began to close. June looked worried, her eyes darting back and forth, as if she was trying to make a decision when suddenly...
I'm coming with you!
Eh?
Huh?
At the last possible moment, June dashed forward, turning sideways just in time to slip through the gap between the closing doors.
Hey, wait!
Junpei jammed his fingers around against the open button, but it was too late.
Oh, crap. It closed.
The door had shut, and he and June were in the elevator and was headed down to E deck. He was so surprised by June that he didn't even have time to think about what awaited him on the E deck.
I can't just let you go alone, you know.
Ah, jeez.
The elevator stopped, and the door slid open. They attentively stepped out and looked around.
It looks normal.
No fish going about the fishy business or jellyfish floating lazily through the water. There was, however, a blowfish, or at least something that looked very much like one. Jin's cheeks were puffed out, and her mouth was a tiny, intense frown.
Oh, knock it off. It's just like I thought. This part hasn't flooded.
Is my mom home? Question mark? Sorry.
Come on, just look around. There's no water here.
June looked around nervously, then exhaled.
You're right. It's not flooded at all.
See?
But there's a whole lot of water.
Yeah, right on top of us.
Ooh. That's sketchy.
What's gonna happen if the ceiling breaks?
Junpei thought about that for a moment.
Well, we'd probably get really wet up there.
Huh?
At any rate, we should probably go back as soon as we can, once we're done looking around down here. Lotus and Santa might already be back.
Okay, good idea.
Now then.
Junpei glanced around the room they found themselves in. First thing he noticed was a set of thick iron bars. They ran the length of the room, separating left elevator from the right one.
Iron bars. Well, we can't go over there.
Right.
Then maybe.
The corner of the room that housed the elevators, Junpei found an opening. He walked up to it and stuck his head around the corner.
It looks like there's a long straight hallway down this way.
Number 6?
Something's written on the door at the end. Wait, is that...
Let's check.
Junpei and Jun set off down the hallway at a brisk clip. Somewhere between a run and a jog. Before long, they found themselves in front of the door. On it was a number written in bright red paint. 6.
I knew it!
This is a numbered door.
And indeed, there was a red button bolted to the wall right next to the door.
But we can't do anything with only the two of us.
We better head back and let everyone know.
Yes.
Junpei and Jun turned and head back to the C deck.
Wait, what's this?
On the way back, Junpei noticed the map on the wall.
Is this the map for E-Deck? I should take it with me. Huh, so you guys found door 1.
They met back with Santa and Lotus, who had explained what they found. Apparently, there was another numbered door on A deck, just like the one on E deck, beyond the door that the Earth key opened. According to Santa and Lotus, there was a 1 on the door.
So now we've located 2 new doors. The 6 door and the 1 door.
You know, it is interesting that E-Deck wasn't flooded.
Lotus was quiet for a moment, lost in thought.
Well, we don't really know if all of E-Deck is safe. We only checked the area around the elevator.
Yeah, even so, it's still very interesting.
You said the 6th door was there, right?
Yes.
Then that means Zero planned all this out, even the sinking. That would have meant some pretty serious remodeling of the ship's interior.
Yikes.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
Yeah. I wonder how long it took. I can't even imagine how much it must have cost.
It would have been a ton, that's for sure.
Well, that does go along with what Ace was saying. The most reasonable explanation would be that this was done by some organization with access to a whole lot of cash.
Yes, it does make sense.
That thought made them all go quiet for a moment. June bit her lip while Lotus sighed softly to herself, and Santa cracked a stiff neck and stared off into the distance at nothing.
Yeah?
I don't think it's a very good idea to stay here.
June looked up at Junpei with large pleading eyes.
You're right. Ace and his team might be back already.
Well, Junpei and I should be able to open door 1.
Huh? You guys leaving me behind?
8 plus 6 plus 5 equals 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 2 is 1.
Just kidding. All right, let's go.
Lotus was all the impetus they needed. Back to the large hospital. Bleh. Back to the large hospital room they went. I'm gonna play for another 10 minutes. Hopefully. The moment they stepped inside, a tremendous voice echoed across the room.
Hey! Where the hell did you guys go?
It was 7.
7?
Uh-oh. Are they okay? Oh. Ace is right behind him, and Clover was behind Ace, although she seemed to be hanging back.
What's wrong?
Looked as though there was something strange about them. 7 had the look of a man who'd seen a ghost. Ace was just pale, and Clover looked as though she was only moments from passing out entirely. For a long moment, they simply stood there looking at one another. Junpei looked around nervously, waiting for someone else to speak. No one did. He looked at 7.
What happened?
What the hell kind of question is that?
7 was trying very hard to be angry, but something had shaken him hard. His shoulders were trembling and his voice was strained.
Snake was...
Uh-oh.
Snake is...
Oh no. 7 couldn't even finish. Wait! Snake Eyes is 3, right? Right? Snake's number is 3? Are you... Did he... Huh? Snake is 2. Then who? Huh? Instead, Ace spoke. Took a brief, deep breath. Closed his eyes and spoke.
Snake is dead.
How?
He died, just as the 9th man did.
It was as if all the air had suddenly been sucked out of the room. Junpei felt his heartbeat quicken and realized he was having trouble breathing. He could feel cold sweat beating on his forehead and neck. Jim Santa noticed looked the way he felt. All 3 frozen in place. The face is white.
Oh my god. That's not true, is it?
We should make sure.
Yeah, right. We should.
They nodded to one another and headed for another 3 door.
Wait, not that way.
What? Why not?
They stopped short and turned to look at 7. He's pointing at the door with no number.
I stuck a screwdriver in there to keep the door from closing all the way.
No.
It's not locked, so you can go in that way.
I forgot to shovel the walkway. So I have to do that after we get past this part. Okay. Stuck a screwdriver in there to keep the door from closing all the way. It's not locked, so you can go in that way.
Where is he?
The shower room. The left side of the hallway.
Yikes.
I put a broom in there too to keep the door open.
That means we can get in without going through the numbered door, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then let's go.
The new destination was clear. Junpei as her companion headed for the door with no number. Once in the hallway, it was easy to spot the metal door on the left
This
hall.
wasn't open when we passed here before.
But now, just like 7 had said, there was a broom stuck between the door and the frame, keeping it
Well,
open.
Let's keep going.
They looked for a moment, and stepped inside.
Oh, it smells horrible.
Lotus wrinkled her nose and covered her mouth in disgust. Even Santa's pinched his nose shut.
Ugh, yeah. This is pretty awful. I feel like I'm gonna puke.
It's just as bad as they said. Perhaps worse. A hideous smell filled the air, so thick they could almost taste it. It was sour, and the smell of fish, feces, and burnt meat. It worked its way through Junpei's nose and down his throat to pound against the entrance of his stomach.
Ooh.
He put his hand over his mouth and struggled to keep what little was in his stomach where it belonged.
Where is he? Where's Snake?
They didn't have to wonder where the body was.
There.
There's blood everywhere. A few arms of the splatter racing towards them as they walked in through the door. All one had to do was follow the many radial arms to the source. The body itself was hidden behind a divider.
June, you should stay here.
But
Please, just do me a favor, okay? Alright?
He didn't give her the chance to say no. He put his hand on her shoulder as if to shove her into the ground like a tent pole, turned and walked toward the end of the divider.
I'm going in.
Felt like it took an eternity for him to get there. Santa and Lotus followed, timid and nervous as a pair of children. Eventually, they reached the divider. They looked at one another and nodded slowly. Junpei put his hand on the divider and peered around the corner. For a moment, he forgot to breathe. He felt his heart collapse in his chest like an empty cigarette carton, and time froze. He knew in that instant that he would take the image before him to the grave. What was left of the body sat in a sea of blood. Chunks of flesh torn from the body sat in the blood like tiny islands in the great Red Sea. A vast ragged hole has been torn in the torso, and what remained of his intestines spilled out like fresh spaghetti. Smaller chunks of meat had splattered against the wall and become stuck there as they dried. Globules of yellowish fat had left trails like tiny slugs, and gravity pulled them down to the wall, even as they died.
Just like he said.
Santa's voice was strained. Junpei suspected he was holding down some vomit of his own.
Just like the ninth man. The detonator in his bracelet set off the bomb in his gut.
Looked as though the explosive had been quite powerful.
The bone is coming out of his left arm.
It's definitely an open fracture.
His legs were both bent in an odd, unnatural way, and his left arm had split open, exposing the painfully white bone in his ulna. What did I say? Islands? Did I say islands instead of islands? I'm sorry. His bracelet lay next to him. Seems to have hit the wall hard enough to have shattered the display, which lay on the ground in pieces.
Oh, the face. It's horrible.
Yeah, you can't even tell who it is.
Half of his head had simply collapsed. Blood coating most of it. Looked like a raw pizza dough covered in tomatoes. Why are we talking about food? His clothes, too, were covered in blood. What?